Fellow professionals, PMP versus CAPM. Choosing the best project management certification for your career. When it comes to advancing in the field of project management, selecting the right certification is crucial. The PMP and the CAPM are two different pathways tailored to different stages of career development. And understanding the prerequisites and the commitments and benefits of each can help you make an informed decision. Let's cut to the chase. PMP. For this, you need at least 3 years of project management experience. You also need 35 hours of formal project management education. And if you do not have a bachelor's degree, then the requirement is slightly different. You need 5 years of project management experience. The CAPM, on the other hand, requires no project management experience, and this makes it suitable for beginners. The prerequisites are very accessible. All you need is a high school diploma or the global equivalent and 23 hours of project management education for you to take the exam. Now, if you're looking to take either exam, I have support systems in place for you at tinyurl.com/elite PMP or tinyurl.com/elite CAPM. These are both available on Udemy, and you can begin training with me right away. You can begin today. Let's talk about the commitment. Both certifications require commitment, not only in terms of time, but also financially. So in addition to going for training, you also need to pay for the exam. Now, a trip to PMI's website for the PMP exam will reveal that the fees very recently changed. The fees are now in the high 500s for the PMP. If you are a member of the PMI, if you are not a member of the PMI, then it's in the high 600s. And for the CAPM, the price for the CAPM, if you are not a member of the PMI, is in the higher 300s. The member price is $225. The non-member price for the CAPM is $300. So you have these two options, PMP, CAPM. CAPM is less than half of the price, so it's attractive price-wise. But the perks and the opportunities that you get as a PMP are by far more in the job space. So it's really a question of, one, am I qualified to take the PMP? And two, do I have the funds? See, it will definitely have a career impact, just like it did as far as my career was concerned, when you have the PMP and you are able to speak to it. Obtaining the PMP is a good move because it is recognized globally and it showcases your ability to manage the complexities of modern projects. It can significantly boost your salary potential and marketability. When I got PMP certified, my salary went up like 300%, like times 3. Isn't that crazy? And as far as marketability, I had no shortage of companies seeking to interview me. My resume was compelling because now I had the experience and the certification. If you want to make a dent in your career, not only do you need experience, if you're venturing out of the company that you're currently in, a lot of times certification will get you in the door. Without the certification, you won't even get into the door. Now, what keeps you in the door is your experience, your pragmatism, your practicality. If you're not able to pragmatize your PMP, it's very possible you could get into a company and still be let go after months of non-performance. So, while the PMP is important, the ability to make it pragmatic is even more important. According to PMI's Project Management Salary Survey, PMP certification holders earn an average of 23% more than their non-certified peers in almost every country. Now that we've talked heavily about the PMP, let's talk about the CAPM, and I'm going to tell you a story about a student of mine. A student of mine didn't have enough experience to take the PMP, so she took the CAPM. Shortly after taking the CAPM, she got snapped up by an agency that were looking for a project manager. They were really looking for someone who had the knowledge and the experience, not necessarily the certification. And there are many jobs like that. This is where the CAPM comes in, because the CAPM is a good entry-level certification. It's a good starting point for those entering the field. And it shows that you have a basic fundamental understanding of project management processes, project management terminology, and it can serve as a stepping stone to more advanced roles and certifications. Like this student that I'm telling you about, she didn't have a PMP, she had a CAPM, got into this agency, and climbed up rapidly from being a junior project manager to running the entire thing. That's right, running the entire PMO. So it's not about the certification alone, my friends. It's about what you can do with it. So your CAPM, if you know how to effectively market it, if you know how to use tools that complement your CAPM, like Microsoft Project, you're great with Excel, maybe Smartsheet, and whatever other tools the company uses, ClickUp, Asana, Jira. If you are good with tools, as well as having a CAPM, it could greatly, greatly help you. And it can serve as a stepping stone to more advanced roles and more advanced certifications like the PMP. As you gain the experience and the exposure, the opportunities will come. So, my friends, let's conclude. You need to choose between the PMP and the CAPM, and it depends largely on your current level of experience and your long-term career goals. For seasoned professionals looking to cement their expertise and evaluate where they are to build their career to higher levels, PMP is ideal. I want you to look introspectively and evaluate. Do you think you have what it takes as far as experience in terms of the prerequisites? If you do, I want you to right now begin thinking of PMP. I knew I needed PMP because I was already at a level where I couldn't go any further without something as strong as that on my resume. For those starting out, maybe you're just out of high school or you're just out of a very basic job, the CAPM is going to provide you that foundation. It's going to provide you with the lingo, the basic understanding, and all you need is an opportunity. All you need is someone to give you that chance. And once you get into a firm and you're able to prove yourself, it could be pretty awesome for you. Both the CAPM and the PMP require dedication and commitment, but the rewards, the increased credibility, enhanced job prospects, higher salaries, definitely worth the effort. So as you consider your options, evaluate where you are in your career today and ask where you want to be in the future. And choose the certification path that best aligns with where you want to go. You see, the PMP and the CAPM exam have undergone significant updates very recently to align with the latest and greatest in the world of business, especially in the world of Agile. PMP has shifted its focus more towards Agile and hybrid approaches, and this reflects growing trends and versatility in project management. Industries like tech, construction, healthcare, and of course the advent of AI. Everything is changing, right? Project managers are more technically aware than ever before. The CAPM, on the flip side, is highly focused on basics of project management, but also the basics of Agile, and also building in a little bit of hybrid. It's also quite hyper-focused on business analysis, because this is where a lot of CAPMs deviate into the world of business analysis, or they become a project coordinator, or something that complements what the project manager is doing. So while both certifications are great, the focus and the emphasis of the CAPM is, in my mind, to come alongside the project manager and to help the project manager effectively manage a lot of the administrative and the more grunt work type of tasks that the project manager would be better off handing over to the project coordinator, so that the project manager can do other things like liaise with clients, have those higher level meetings with senior executives, and so on. Okay. So when you have been in the business as long as I have, you come across success stories from both CAPM and PMP. Those who got the CAPM went on to better, bigger things, and those who got the PMP, a lot of them went on to either owning their own business, or being a PMO director, or being a VP of product, or a VP of sales, or just a VP, or even a C-level executive in certain organizations. Everything from healthcare to oil and gas to engineering. So the sky's the limit, my friends. What do you want to achieve? You know, you got to have a picture and an idea. For me, the picture and idea I had was, one, being a project manager, making more money. But I also wanted to be a project manager with knowledge. I relish the knowledge. Knowledge, is power when you demonstrate it and you use it. So, but you got to get the knowledge first. And I was very obsessed with getting the knowledge. I got the knowledge and I began to apply the knowledge. And as I applied the knowledge, I got better recognition in the firms. And it got to the point where I was so good at what I was doing, I started teaching others, started teaching my colleagues while I was at Honeywell on a short-term contract. Actually, it ended up being a 2-year contract. But that was one of the best times in my career, all because of PMP. I got into Honeywell because of PMP. So you got to understand, going into the world of CAPM might be a very good first step, because that could open a door for you to get into an organization where you could scale even higher. So don't be focused on the immediate only. Immediate is good, but also be focused on the long game, like getting into a firm, learning the nuts and bolts, learning how to apply all this stuff that you're going to be learning about in your CAPM course or even your PMP course, and then get into the real world and then applying it. It's just priceless. Okay? I hope this gave you some insights on how you need to be thinking. Nothing wrong in CAPM. It's got its place. In fact, if you go on the web, let's say you go to Google and you type in job for CAPM certified, right? If you do that, it will come up with potential employments on Indeed, for example. Or you could go to monster.com and put this information in. And when you go into these job sites, you will find some of the jobs may mention project coordinator or even project manager and certified associate in project management, CAPM. For example, if I go into Indeed and just type in CAPM, it comes up with potential certifications, right? Like it could say PMP preferred, but CAPM, acceptable. Or you might just find CAPM has been embedded in as some of the key words. But there are more jobs that are likely to say PMP, whether it's a project specialist, project management specialist. Some of the jobs immediately jump out with the question, do you have a valid certification in project management? Do you have a valid PMP certification? Some of them go that far. In fact, almost every job that you encounter on Indeed, when you're filling in the form to say I'm qualified for this, because it asks certifications, do you have a valid PMP? Skills, do you have this experience? Education, do you have this? So usually the PMP will come first. Do you have a valid PMP? And in order to answer that question, truthfully, you do need a PMP. See? So I encourage you, my friends, think about this. And if you have any questions about career or getting to that next level as a project manager, feel free to ask them. Okay? I wish you all the very best. Thanks for joining, and talk to you soon.